or does it not matter?
Yeah, it's not going to matter. Your mobile is going to be exactly what you put in to your Etsy shop like right now. So it's not going to make any difference at all. So yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, so let's go on to the next tip, and this is a tip that I've talked about for a long time, and it's interesting. So let's look at your shop sections here. So you can see these shop sections, and so you might think like these might not matter for anything at all, but guess what? These are actually the keywords, the meta keywords, and the tags for your shop. Okay, so jewelry, home decor, weaving, and fringe hanging. So those are actually, and I'll show you this in the back end here in a minute. But these are so important, and they're so important to use all 10.
So you're saying that if somebody was looking at Crafter Day, the search engines associate Crafter Day, the storefront, with fringe hangings, jewelry, home decor, weavings because they're put right there together.
Yes, yeah, they're the actual key, the tags. The keywords, the tags for that shop, for this Crafter Day, like a home page for your shop. Yep. So they're super important. So, I see a lot of times where people are like putting in fancy, all the little, numbers and dots and whatever you guys do, like smiley faces and stuff. Well, that is not helping you at all. And it might look good, but it's not helping you at all anywhere. Right. And so also, like we are able to have 10 shop sections, and so you gotta use all 10 as much as you can. Maybe split things up, and I'm not opposed to people having like a sales section. That's fine. Put it at the bottom. All right, put it at the bottom, but make sure that these sections are all the keywords that you want people to Google and people and whatever to associate with your Etsy shop. So those are the key things. So we've got our title. We've got our announcement, and we got our shop sections. And so what I'm going to do here, guys, I'm going to show you where this all is, and this is going to get all funky and technical, but you're going to love it. I know you are. So anywhere on your Etsy shop, it doesn't matter what browser. I'm using Chrome. You can use Firefox. They all have it. But I'm going to right-click in the white space, and I'm going to view this page source. All right? And so you're like, what in the world just happened? All right? So this is all the stuff that's going on. Back end, like, it's not even really HTML. It's just what Google sees. So what we're going to do is we're going to look here. We're going to look, all right, meta stuff. And look, meta, here's the title. All right, look at that. There's the title. So for a self-expressive soul living on the fringe by Crafter Day. All right, so that's always, for some reason, Etsy puts in there this by Crafter Day. So you want it to make sense. You want this to like form a sentence at the end. And so this is why your shop your shop title is so important, because it actually is the meta title for your shop.
Okay, you just said something really important. So you want this sentence to make sense. You want to remember that they're going to add by your shop name to the end of that sentence. And so it's not just your tagline. It's not someplace to just get clever, but you want it to be a sentence that makes sense, and then know that they are going to add by shop name to whatever sentence you put there.
Yep, absolutely. And so let's look at the next one, guys. We've got the keywords, all right, the meta keywords, and look, fringe, hangings, jewelry, home decor, and weavings. If you remember, those are all the shop sections over here. All right, so that's why they're so important. And if you have all those crazy things in there, it's just not making sense to Google, and there they sit right there. So let's check out.
Tim, one more second.
Yep.
So let's say this were a website, not an Etsy store. Let's even say this was a blog. So we're saying when we have those two things, the title and then the content, we're basically saying that this is what that website is about. Is that right? The shop categories are basically telling search engines that this is what this site is about. If you land on it, it's about fringe hangings, jewelry, home decor, and weaving.
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
Yep.
Important to know. I think people are getting their minds blown. Like, how are people? Lily, are you getting any feedback about that?
We have some questions on that, but
Okay,
but it is mind blowing. We are getting people.
Well,
yeah,
listen,
like, okay, that's what I'm supposed to be doing.
Gotcha. Let me finish the description part, and then just talk about that for a minute, and then we'll take questions.
Absolutely, we're following your lead.
Awesome. So, all right. So we've got title, keywords, and description. All right. So look at this, guys. Sorry, Vanessa, but you can see all these little hearts and like fancy little dots and things, and it's not good for search engine optimization at all, because it's just not like those mean nothing in search engine. So then it's like, I mean, basically they get taken out and it just says, you can read it as Crafter Day, handcrafted home decor and jewelry for the self-expressive soul and living on the fringe. But I kind of like this sentence, but you can add a little bit more. So home decor and jewelry, and I think for you, like your fringe hangings are super important, because look, you got 27 of them. So add that in there. Home decor, jewelry, what are they called? Fringe hangings, and for the self-expressive soul living on the fringe. And then so that totally makes sense. So I think that's great. And get the fringe hangings in there to grab that, because you have so many of those. And so Google's saying, yeah, where is this fringe hanging? I don't see it. So those are the keys, guys, of just when you start, when you're thinking about your shop, when you're thinking about this is just your shop, though. We haven't even looked at like a listing and how that works. So, all right. So if you have any questions, I'd be happy to take them.
Hey, Tim.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody in the chat room is like, this is some really amazing, interesting stuff. So thank you so much.
Good. Awesome.
Handmade by Adwoa asks, they weren't sure, you mentioned briefly how to get to that page, but people missed it. So if you could go and back and repeat how to get to that screen that you were working on.
Absolutely. All right. So whatever browser you're in, doesn't matter. I think I'm not a Mac user, I'm sorry, but somehow you can do it on Mac. But if you're in any browser, you can you right click out in the white space, you kind of see that come up, and you see this thing called View Page Source. And you click on it, and it's going to open it up in a new tab, and you can see it all there. You see stuff like your logged in username and all that kind of stuff, and you see other things like links and things, but right down here, where you start seeing it blocked off, is where all your data is that you want to see. So right there.
I see. So for Mac users, they could probably go online and Google how to view the page source. Right?
Yep.
Okay.
Page source. Yep.
Great.
Yep.
A couple other questions. Also, one more handmade by Adwoa. Sure. His question is: should your keywords match your title description?
Yes. Your keywords should be in, like we're doing here for Vanessa here. Like we're gonna say, okay, add fringe hangings in there, because maybe that, I see that's the most thing that she's selling. That's what she wants to rank for. But yes, get fringe hangings possibly in, if you can fit it in the title, and clearly let's put it in the shop announcement and get it in there. So yeah, everything is all tying together, and then when we start getting into like listings, you still want to use as much as you can the same 10 keywords that are your shop sections, if you're using 10, for sure. Yep. Okay,
great. And I have another question, but before I get there, Parish Productions had an answer for us. For the Mac, it's right-click, and then you right-click and go to Inspect.
There you go.
And it works the same on the Mac with a right-click mouse.
Awesome.
So that's for everybody who has a Mac. And Aaron's question is, if you change any of that information, how long does it take the crawlers to recognize it?
Great question.
It's a funny question, because I don't think anybody, I'm sure the information's out there, but I would say weeks, really. And I guess you just don't really know, because like it really could affect you in a way. So that's why, do it now, do it after we talk today, and just do it, and just figure out what you want to do, find your keywords, and find the things you want to rank for, and I recommend, I'm just going to pull it up. We won't get into it today, but obviously the keyword planner. Just type in Google keyword and you'll find this planner.